Many students are not having a clear idea about the preparation strategy for getting a campus placement. This is actually a very serious issue. If you don't know what skills you need to have for getting a IT company job, how will you get it? That's what happened to many of your seniors who couldn't fetch a job from the campus. It should not happen to you. Let us see what skill set we should acquire for getting a lucrative IT company job. Basically, IT company placement preparation can be classified into two rounds, round 1 and round 2. If a company is giving a salary of 3 to 4 lakhs per annum, a minimum of these two rounds will be there in their interview procedure. But if the salary is more than 4 lakhs per annum, there is a high chance that more number of rounds will be there. Even though more number of rounds are there, those will be an elaborative checking of all these topics which I have mentioned in round 1 and round 2. Now coming to first round and second round. First round will be basically a test kind of thing, and the second round will be basically an interview kind of procedure. Okay, basically technical and HR interview comes in the second round, and test, online coding and general aptitude test will come in first round. Okay, now the first round basically we can classify into two sections, general aptitude and online coding. And in the case of general aptitude, we'll be having three main sections: quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning and English. And this quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning and English, the syllabus of these three topics are mainly coming from basic school mathematics and English, which we have studied till 10th standard. Even though it is of 10th standard syllabus, maximum number of our students are getting rejected in this particular section. Why? Because this is a competitive examination, and in any competitive examination the key factors are speed and accuracy, and speed and accuracy comes only through practice, and our students are not practicing well, so they are failing in this particular general aptitude section. Okay, with general aptitude section there will be a online coding section also. In this online coding section they may give 2 or 3 problems, programming problems. You have to solve those problems efficiently and implement it in any language of your choice. Okay, separate time span will be there for both aptitude, general aptitude, and for coding separate timing will be there. Now if you see here, I have mentioned that first round as rejection round. Why? Because maximum number of students are getting rejected in the first round only. In fact, I have observed 70 to 80% rejection is happening in the first round. That means if 100 students are writing an examination or 100 students are appearing for a campus placement, 70 to 80 students will be getting rejected in the first round. And both the cases, general aptitude and online coding, both needs practice. Because if you get a new problem, if you don't have enough programming practice, you will not be able to solve that particular problem within that given time. Now coming to second round, Basically, the second round will be a technical interview or HR interview, technical cum HR. Okay. So in this technical round also, I have mentioned here programming. You observe. Why here also programming is there? In the first round also online coding is there. Second round also programming is there. In the first round, you are supposed to do program in any of the online coding platform. Maybe it is HackerRank or HackerEarth or any specific companies, their own platform. You are supposed to do it and show the output or get the output. Okay. But in the case of second round programming, normally they will be asking programs, fundamental programs in the interview time itself. The interviewer will be asking basic problems and you have to tell the logic for finding or solving that particular programming problem. Okay. Because of that reason only, second round also I have added programming. Now, other than programming, you may get questions from technical subjects. If you are from computer science background, two subjects are very important. Two subjects are very important. This data structure and algorithms. Okay, so concentrate very well for that subjects, and remaining three subjects you can learn DBMS, operating system and computer networks. And 70 to 80% of the questions, 50% of the questions will be coming only from data structures and algorithms. Remaining questions can come from DBMS, operating system, computer networks, and from your projects, etc. And if you are from a non-CS branch, you might have not learned all these subjects, but still you can learn data structures and algorithms because you can expect basic questions from that. Other than that, you can learn 2 or 3 fundamental subjects from your own branch. From that also you will be getting questions from in technical interview. Okay, prepare thorough with your projects. They will be asking many questions on that. Okay, so now if you see here in the first round and second round, general aptitude I already told you, 10th standard mathematics and English, and if you are not practicing it, you will never survive that first round. First round general aptitude. Okay, remaining all three, online coding, programming and technical subjects, I will elaborate little bit more. Okay, based on my last 10-15 years training experience, I have classified again the preparation of this particular online coding and subject studies into 2 levels. In the level 1, I have added basics of Python, basics of C, C++, basic math problems, basic series problems, basic pattern problems, one-dimensional and two-dimensional array manipulation, string manipulation. Now you may be wondering why I have added only Python and C, C++. There are n number of languages. Why not Java or why not any other language? Its answer is very simple. You don't have to learn many languages for getting a campus placement. You should be strong in one language, any one language. Okay, I strongly suggest you can go with C, C++. That will be more than enough for any competitive coding. But I have mentioned here Python also. Why? Because Python is easy to learn and you can implement any programming problem solution in a very easy manner, because many of the functions are inbuilt in Python and you can utilize that one. Okay, so for that reason I have mentioned Python as well as C++ over here. And some companies, they may not ask Python, but surely C, C++ will be there. So if you study both Python as well as C++, you can survive in any of the IT company. Okay, so now other than that, I have mentioned over here math problems, series problem, pattern problems, one-dimensional array and string manipulation. From these many category or these many sections, you have to do at least 100 programs. at least 100 programs from which includes all these particular topics. If you do that 100 programs, you will be familiar with the fundamental programming logic. Okay, even if you are getting a new program also, you will be able to write it. And not only that, you have to do that 100 programs, you have to practice that 100 plus programs in any of the online coding platform. Okay, I already mentioned some of its name: HackerRank, HackerEarth, etc. Now you may be thinking only computer science students can learn this one. No, I have not mentioned any subjects which is related to computer science. Programming will be basics of Python, C, C++. Maybe you will be learning that particular language will be in the first year. In any engineering student, first years will be learning either C, C++ or Python. Okay, and remaining all are basic 10 standard mathematics, series, pattern kind of thing, and basics of array and string manipulation. So computer science subjects are not included in level 1. So any branch student can become master in this particular level 1 topics. Okay, and if I tell once again, 70 to 80% of the company coding, programming, you can survive with this only level 1. Okay, maybe another 20% company, you may have to go to the next level for getting the job. Okay, even if it is the case of TCS or Infosys or Wipro, any basic up to 4 lakh company, you can easily crack with level 1. Now, if you are not happy with 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs per annum salary, you want to go for 10 lakh plus salary or more than 5 lakh salary, level 1 is not enough. Level 1 plus something is needed. Okay, so level 1 plus something means you have to study some more subjects which is being learned by computer science students. Okay, so now I have mentioned prerequisite for level 1 is nil. Even first year can do, second year can do, third year can do, anybody can do. Basic common sense if you are having, you can do this level 1, and with the help of that level 1 itself, you can get a nice job also. Now coming to level 2, the prerequisite for doing this level 2 is level 1. Means you have to do at least 100 programs from all these topics which I have mentioned. Then only you can attack the next level. Now in level 2, we have two very important subjects: data structures and algorithms. 50% of the questions in any interview will be coming from data structures and basic algorithms. Okay, so even non-CS branch students also, I suggest them to learn data structures and algorithm before going for IT companies interview. Okay, and if you are from CS branch, you can learn remaining subjects: DBMS, object-oriented programming, programs using data structures and algorithms also. Okay, data structures, algorithms, DBMS, object-oriented programming. This comes in level 2. Now the last one, programs using data structures and algorithm. We have already done 100 programs in level 1. Another 50 more programs if you do with data structures and algorithm. That means a little bit advanced level from the level 1. Here data structures and algorithms implementation will come. So if you do that 50 more programs, then you are safe. So you can crack any of the company which is paying not less than 5 lakh per annum. Okay, if you do this level 1 and level 2. Okay, moving on, I will give a little bit more clarification in the case of this syllabus. If you see here, InfyTQ. InfyTQ is a certification program which is being conducted by Infosys for checking the eligibility of a student to become a software engineer. In the campus interview, they have the different procedure, and this is a different procedure. If you clear this InfyTQ certification examination, you don't have to go through the first round or campus interview procedure. Directly you can go to Infosys campus and attend a technical interview and get a job. Normal campus interview procedure for Infosys is actually general aptitude plus technical interview. Now if you observe here, InfyTQ syllabus, there are 4 categories: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now the first one is programming fundamentals using Python. Second one is object oriented programming using Python. Third one is data structures and algorithms using Python. And the fourth one is DBMS and SQL. Infosys actually started with this particular InfyTQ only with Python, but this year onwards they have added Java also. Okay, so you should be compared, if you refer the level 1 and level 2, you should be good in level 1 as well as level 2 for clearing this particular certification examination. If you observe once again, this particular exams number of questions will be 20 questions. 20 MCQ questions will be there, coming from these 4 categories. 20 MCQ questions, and there will be a coding part also. 2 programs will be given to you. Again, you can expect programs, basic programs also from level 1 as well as data structure algorithms mixed programs from level 2. Both you can expect. So that is the case of InfyTQ. Now you see TCS CodeVita. TCS CodeVita is a hackathon kind of programming test which is being conducted by TCS. There is no specific syllabus for this particular TCS CodeVita. Okay, a student passing out 2021, 2022, 2023 and 2024 all are eligible. That means students from first year onwards, they can attend this particular TCS CodeVita test. Now what are the important topics we should cover in TCS CodeVita? You just see here basic programs like prime factorization, LCM, HCF, Fibonacci, matrix rotation, pattern printing, strings, etc. This basically covers our level 1. Okay, and some topics from level 2 are also there. That means binary search tree, sorting, DFS. These all are data structures and algorithms. Okay, so this is another standard examination from TCS. And remember, TCS campus placement or campus interview procedure is different than this CodeVita. TCS is having an all India examination for which is checking general aptitude and online coding, and there will be a technical interview for campus placements. But this is a different one. This is a hackathon kind of test. Now I will show you, some of you may not be familiar with this online coding platform. I will show you one problem and I will solve that problem in HackerRank platform for you, both in Python as well as C++. We will see the problem. This is our problem. Write code for printing the series given below up to n. Okay, you have to print like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 up to n, and n will be the input. If I give input as 16, it has to print 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. If I give input as 32, it will print 1, 2, 4, 18, 8, 16, 32. Okay, so what should be the algorithm for this? What should be the algorithm for this? First of all, you have to get the input n. Now it should be like input n, then I should print 1, 2, I should not alter the value of n, I should print 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. So how I will print? I need a new variable, yes, any variable you can name, you can give. Yes, I am giving it as 1. Okay, and now I need a loop for iterating this one, because every time I have to print one S value and I have to multiply that value with 2, then only I'll be getting the 1 into 2, that will be 2. 2 into 2, it is 4. 4 into 2, it is 8. So I decided to make a loop. So I'm writing some while loop, while S less than or equal to n. What should I do? I can straight away come and print this S. After printing the S, I will be multiplying S with 2. S is equal to S into 2. How many times? As long as S is not becoming n, it has to keep on do this. So you will be getting this answer. I will show you the implementation of this logic in HackerRank platform. You can also do that. I'll give the website address to go and do that particular problem. I have given 3 problems over there. Okay, I'll show the website address now, and you can also do with me. Okay, 1 problem I will do, remaining 2 you can do. Once you type the website address which is scrolling on top of this video, you will be getting a sign up window, and once you sign up you will get a screen like this. In this screen you have 2 options, one is sign up and another one is login. If you already have a HackerRank ID, you can log in with that HackerRank ID. Otherwise you have to go and sign up, give first name, email address and your password, okay, and make a HackerRank ID, and with that one you can log in to this one. I already have a login ID. Okay, with my mail address I have created, password will be there, and I can log in. So if you don't have a login ID, please create one and get inside through sign up procedure. And once you are inside, you can see that the name of the contest over here, manifold-placement training. In that contest, 3 programming problems are there: basic max 1, basic series 1 and basic pattern 1. Okay, in fact, any of the students, whoever is going and doing this online coding platforms problems, they face the biggest challenge in finding out the right problems for them. Okay, sometimes they may get a tough problem and they are not able to do, and they leave that programming and they go outside. It's a big challenge for them as a beginner. So in order to solve this problem, I have created 100 different problems which I have already mentioned you in level 1, all those category, all those topics. Okay, 100 different problems, and based on the increasing level of the complexity. Increasing the level of the complexity means the first program will be like finding whether a number is even or odd or not. Even or odd. If it is even, you have to print even. If it is odd, you have to print odd. That is the first program which I have created for the student. And slowly we will be moving towards, when you reach that 100 programs, your logical part will be very much clear, and we have already covered pattern problems, basic mathematics problem, basic series problem, array manipulation problem and string problems. Okay, that is the way we do. Now we will solve this particular basic series problem. Okay, for solving that, so you have to click on this icon, solve challenge. So go and click on solve challenge. So then you can see the problem. So I will just zoom the screen. You can press Ctrl+ for zooming the screen. Okay, so you can read the question very carefully. The question name is problem name is basic series 1, and the question is write code for printing the series given below up to n. So your series is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and up to n. So n we will be giving it as input. Now if you see here, some input format is given. So read the question very carefully. Okay, sample input is given. This is the only sample. This is only one input it has to get accept, and this one is the output. Okay, So I have to tell a little bit something more about this input and output. A person who is creating the problem or the programming question, he has to give input and he has to define the input and output. So already he might have written certain test cases for you. For that particular input, this particular output should come. Like that, he has already defined that input and output, and he has already given in the test cases. So when you are writing the code, this particular program will run, it will get the input and it will create the output, and your output will be compared with the output which already the problem setter has given in the test cases. This is the way it is working. It is purely string matching. Okay, so now I have given you here two options. So all the problems you can do both C++ as well as Python. First we will do it in Python. So when you come down after the question, you will be getting a screen for doing the program. So in this particular case we are doing it in Python. So I'll write the code for Python over here. For getting the input, I have to type like this. Okay, now as we have already discussed in the algorithm, we are initializing s value as 1 and creating a loop with the help of while loop. S less than or equal to n. This is the syntax for while loop in Python, and there is no curly brackets. You have only indentation over here. So now I have to print the value yes, and I have to create a space. After printing the value, again I have to multiply the value of s by 2. So s equal to s star 2. So that will be more than enough. We have taken the input. Over here s value is initialized to 1. Then we are putting it in a loop. We are checking in this condition, and every time we are printing the value of yes, and we are making a space after yes, and we are multiplying the value with 2 till n it will go. So we will check whether it is correct or not. Here for checking that, we have two options over here on the bottom, run code and submit code. If you click run code, this particular program will run, and if there is any compilation error, it will find out. Once that test case is passed for run code, you can go for submit code. So I am running code. When I am running, the code will be uploaded to the server and the test case will be run for that, and it is coming. So now you can observe over here test case 0, that will be a sample test case I have given. The sample test case was 16 and my program's output is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and this is the output which I have given in the test case as expected output. So the program's output is matching with the expected output, so the answer is correct. So once this I have done, I can go for submitting the code. So I am going for submitting the code. Once I am submitting, again it will ask whether you can, is it the final decision or not. Once you submit the code, this particular code will be tested against all my test cases, okay, which I have kept for finding your logical errors. So now it is coming and checking all the test cases with this program's output, and all the test cases are passing. All the test cases tick mark is coming, means it is passing, so it is correct. Now we will do the same problem in C++ also. So for going back, you can click on the link manifold placement training over here. Okay, you can go back and again come to basic series. Same program I am going to do in C++. So take the choice C++ over here, and you can zoom in using Ctrl+ and come down. You have to write the code over here. some header files are automatically coming. This enter your code here, read input from the standard input output. So you can remove that one and you can enter your code there. So in C++, how will you write the same code which we have written in Python? So I have to declare the variables as integer and s equal to 1. Now what I am supposed to do? I have to get the input. So how will you get the input in C++? Cin n. Cin n. Now what I am supposed to do? I have to make a while loop. So while s less than or equal to n, less than or equal to n, what am I supposed to do? I have to give a curly bracket in for this while loop, and I have two statements in that while loop. What all are they? First I have to print the value of s. How will you print? Cout s. Again I have to print a space also. By default space will not come. And after that s value I have to multiply by 2. So semicolon is there everywhere. So that will be enough for C program. I have taken the value as n as input. I am not giving the input, your test cases are giving the input to it. Okay, just I am giving a provision for getting the input. So while loop, and we will check whether it is correct or not. So you can run the code. It is running and it will be checked against only for one test cases, which is sample test case, and if it is getting passed means there is no compile time error, and for the first test case it got passed. Now you can go for submitting the code. Submit it. When you are submitting it, you will be getting a screen like this. Sometimes it may take some time because of network delay and all. So you will be getting a screen like this. That means all the test cases are passed for this particular program in C++. Clearly shows that your score is 100 and it is accepted. Okay, accepted. So this is the way we do programs in HackerRank. Okay, so in this way we are supposed to do 100 programs in HackerRanks. Then we'll be very good in programming. Okay, so remaining 2 more programs are there over here. Manifold placement training. I have given total 3 programs. 1 program, both Python and C++ we have done. Remaining two more programs are there, and this link will be valid for you. I will not make it close. So you can go ahead and try this particular 2 programs in HackerRank. Okay, students, now I hope that you got a very good idea about the preparation strategy for getting an IT company job through campus placements. If you are thinking that you need a helping hand for going through this preparation strategy for getting a decent IT company job from the campus, you can very well contact us. Manifold is offering various well-designed and result-oriented course for campus placement. The general aptitude course, which we are offering for just ₹900, will cover the entire syllabus of general aptitude part from the round 1. Not only that, once you join for this particular course, you will be part of Manifold's WhatsApp group for campus placement, and you will be getting support till you get a job from us. And the next course which we are offering is online coding. As you all know, online coding comes in level 1 and it is very important for getting a campus placement, and which this course we are offering for just ₹2,000. This course covers entire syllabus, that means all the 100 programs which we have discussed in level 1. We will be doing these all 100 programs in HackerRank through live classes. All the 100 programs will be done both in Python as well as C++. And I will ensure that by the end of this course, this session, you will be getting very good confidence for doing programs. And you will be part of our group, WhatsApp group for campus placement till you get a job. Okay, For further information, you can contact the number which is showing on the screen for knowing about the upcoming batches and the free slots available in them. So all the best students, prepare very well and get a very good campus placement and lead a happy life. Thank you.